I started doing Guess the Pokemon shorts, and in an attempt to kind of diversify my content and get into the short form side of content creation. And little did I know, it was going to absolutely explode. It has caused a massive surge on the channel, like over 5,000 subs in the last month and a half, something like that, and still gaining so many subs each and every single day. All of those shorts still getting views each and every single day. So, with that, a lot of people have requested that I do a long form video, and I'm here to oblige you guys tonight. So, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be kind of more of a ramble than a 3 clues and guess kind of deal. I'll basically use the website that I usually get all my facts from and just read all of the facts. It might be a little bit easier. It might be a little bit harder. If you guys want me to do like a traditional like 3 clues on each guess, I can. I'll gladly do it for another video. If this is too easy, just let me know in the comment section. But for just the sense of, rambling and the integrity of my long form content, I guess, which is more rambly, I figured we would just kind of list off all of the facts about it, and then you guys guess. Before we get into it, though, I do want to kind of run this idea past you guys. What would you guys think about a Nuzlocke series on the channel? And if you wanted that, what game, what generation would you guys want to see? I have pretty much access to all of the generations in some way, form of another. So if you guys want me to do a Nuzlocke series, I've never done a Nuzlocke playthrough ever, so I'm a complete noob. But if you guys would want to see that, let me know in the comment section down below, and let me know how many of these cards you get right. And let's just go ahead and get right into it, shall we? Okay, card number 1, and I feel like this is probably going to be a pretty easy one. So this Pokemon is a plant Pokemon covered by blue seaweed-like vines that obscure its face. There's a small opening in the vines that reveal its eyes, surrounded by a black space. The vines give it a round shape, but it is unknown what it looks like without them. Its vines are covered in fine hair and are always growing. If damaged or lost, replacements are grown. There's a pair of red boot-like feet poking out from under the vines, but no visible arms. It can ensnare and entangle anything that moves too close to it with its vines. The vines constantly jiggle and sway, unnerving enemies and causing a tickling sensation if ensnared. Its vines will snap off easily and painlessly if the target pulls on them, so it can quickly escape. The vines of this Pokemon are said to have a distinct scent. In the Galar region, its vines are used as herbs, and it can usually be found in temperate grasslands. Any guesses? Make sure on all these guesses you lock them in the comments. Always, 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 if you want to wait to the end and comment all of your guesses all at once, if you want to have a piece of paper out and write down each of your guesses and then just drop them in the comments down at the end. I want to know how many you guys get right. But this card, of course, a lot of you probably already know, is Tangela. 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 Tangela is a Gen 1 Pokemon. This is a base set 2 card, by the way. Really interesting card. I've never had a Tangela, I don't think, in the video games. I usually stayed away from Pokemon that didn't have an evolution to them. I think Tangela got an evolution later on in like one of the later generations, but I remember like Gen 1, Gen 2. I don't think he had one. So, first one is Tangela. Pokemon card number 2. So, this Pokemon is a quadrupedal bovine Pokemon. It is covered in light brown fur with a thick, darker brown mane around It has a rounded muzzle with a dark brown nose, small triangular eyes, 3 gray bumps running vertically down its forehead, and a pair of curved gray horns grow from atop its head. Each of its 3 black tails has a tuft or fur on the end, and there is a single gray hoof on each foot. This Pokemon is a male-only species. I think it's probably enough right there. I think you guys probably already know what this might be. This is kind of maybe an easier one. At least it's easier in my head. This is actually a really rare Pokemon, and I've been on a real Pokemon kick lately. It's actually one of like the more overpowered Pokemon in some of the early Pokemon games due to its really quick speed, which I think gave it a high critical hit rate. This Pokemon is Tauros. Tauros. Again, another Pokemon from Gen 1 that I didn't really ever have because it didn't have a evolved form, and yet apparently it's like one of the most overpowered Pokemon from Gen 1. So, yeah, maybe I should replay Gen 1 and get me a Tauros. I don't even know where you find these. Probably some like random round, and it probably has like a 2% chance of being found, but yeah. Pokemon number 2 is Tauros. Alright, Pokemon number 3, and this one's going to be a little bit more difficult. I will probably give a hint, then we'll give it away at the end, but if I don't feel like I've given you enough hints, then I will give you a major hint at the end. So, this Pokemon is a humanoid Pokemon with a white body. It has thin arms and legs that widen toward the feet. There is a wispy extension trailing off the back of its feet, creating the overall impression of a nightgown or oversized dress. Most of its face is covered by green hair that resembles a bowl cut. Now we're kind of getting somewhere. But a pair of pinkish red eyes is somewhat visible. There are 2 flat red horns on the top of its head, a large one toward the front and a smaller one towards the back. I'm going to keep giving you a little bit more on this one. It uses the horns to read people and Pokemon's emotions. Warm feelings cause its body to warm as well, but it hides its sense of hostility. If its trainer is in a cheerful mood, it also becomes cheerful and joyous. It is known to inhabit urban areas, but it does not normally show itself to humans. However, when it senses happy feelings, it will approach people. It prefers to hang out with people of cheerful nature more than those with gloomy natures. Regardless, it will show no discrimination to anyone. I guess that didn't really help out. This is actually a Pokemon that is, I want you to go ahead and lock your answer in, but this Pokemon is one of your, I guess, it's not really your rival, but it's more of your buddy. He gets one of these right off the bat. We're talking about Ralts, guys. Ralts. I think this is the Pokemon that evolves into, I think, is it Lilligant? Maybe, or maybe I'm thinking of 2 different Pokemon. I can't remember the fully evolved form of Ralts. Garlia and Gardevoir, not Lilligant. I got my wires crossed on this one. Gardevoir was, I've always been a fan of psychic type Pokemon. So in Gen 3, I think it was, I was kind of bummed out that your friend, I forget his name. I guess you get to choose his name, but starts off with a Ralts, because I would absolutely love, and I hate copying my, like, you know, all the repeat encounters that you have, you know, whether it's against Gary or nose itches. They also each have a translucent, round, triangle-shaped wing connected to an orange domed joint on their sides. The back sides of the upper faces are yellow and rounded as the sides of a sphere. The bottom face is the main thicker of the three. It is also the one to have a full insectoid abdomen. This abdomen is yellow near the tip with a thick black stripe close to its hexagonal frame. I'm like looking at the card, I'm like, this is like so descriptive that I didn't even realize that these pieces existed. Guys, we're of course talking about Combee. Literally the honeycomb Pokemon. Yeah, this Pokemon is from Gen 4, I believe. Let me scroll up. Yep, Gen 4. And it evolves into Vespiquen, which I think requires a certain either like happiness level or maybe like an item to evolve into Vespiquen. I can't remember. I think maybe you have to have it female, I think, in order to get a Vespiquen. I don't think it'll evolve unless you have it a female. Yeah. Male Combee are not known to evolve into any form. Evolve into or form any other Pokemon. So it has to be a female to get Vespiquen, which is interesting. And it's only a 12.5% chance of getting a female. So Combee, definitely unique Pokemon, is Pokemon number 4. This next Pokemon, I'm going to kind of skip over some things because it's going to be way too obvious. But it is a bug type Pokemon, I will tell you that. It is a blue-green insectoid Pokemon with red eyes and no visible limbs. It has a single spike on the top of its head, which is supposedly its stem. It makes its shell thicker by gluing tree bark to its body. The glue is made of fluid that it spits out, which hardens when it's exposed to air. Unbothered by the added weight of its shell, it patiently hangs from tree branches in tropical and temperate forests, waiting to prey on flying insects. In Alola, I hope I'm saying that right, I don't know all of my regions, especially like the Gen 5 and 6 regions. Its favorite prey is Cutiefly. Typically immobile, it will drop to the ground and explode if someone shakes its tree while it's eating. I think that's enough there. You hardcore Pokemon fans will probably be able to guess what it is. I'm of course talking about Pinecone. The phrasing that I left out was Pinecone-like insectoid. I think I'm no genius, but I think a lot of you guys probably would have been able to guess Pinecone or Pineco. If I said Pinecone-like, it's pretty much the only Pokemon that is like a Pinecone. So yeah, this is Pokemon number 5. Is Pinecone. Next up, we have a water type Pokemon, and actually, hold on a second. This is a water and poison type Pokemon. So it has a clear light blue body that has 2 large red orbs on either side and smaller orbs in the center. Its eyes are visible in its round lower body, which is black. Extending from its lower body are 2 blue beak-like appendages and numerous grayish tentacles. Its red orbs glow whenever it's excited or agitated, communicating with its own kind, and it may alert others to danger by stridently flashing them. They are also capable of refracting sunlight, storing energy, and firing ultrasonic waves. There might have been a word that gave this one away in that little paragraph, but let's keep going. So this Pokemon's primary said tentacles about 6 times in that last paragraph, so probably would have taken your mind there first. Who knows if you got this one wrong? Don't feel bad. These are, I feel like when I know which ones I'm talking about, it might be easier in my head than it actually is without knowing the card. You know, I'm sitting here looking at the card, so of course I think it's easy. Also, this is a fossil tentacruel, which is an old set. All these are really old, or some of these are really old cards, and this next one is very old. This next Pokemon, here we go, is part of a really cool set. Let's see. So this is a bipedal mammalian. So it's a mammal Pokemon that is primarily yellow. Its face is kite-shaped with a small pale yellow snout and 2 short pointed ears with pale yellow interiors. Its wide eyes are normally closed. Its body is segmented with black skin and is visible between its joints and along its neck. It has 2 brown pauldron-shaped extensions on its shoulders, as well as a brown fold-like piece around its chest. It has 3 digits on each hand and foot, but its fingers considerably shorter than its toes. 2 of its toes face towards the face forward and 1 faces backwards. Its tail is thick and long, with a brown band located near the tip. Alright, so that is a little bit more descriptive, but let's get into kind of more of the lore side of things. So, it can sense danger through a telepathic radar when it does. Wait, did I just show? I had to scratch my head. Making sure I didn't show it. That would have been a spoiler and a half. When it does, it teleports to a safe location. However, it sometimes becomes panicked if it wakes in an unknown location by hypnotizing itself. It can sense danger through a telepathic radar, and when it does, it teleports itself to a safe location. That should be a dead giveaway right there, guys. We are talking about Abra. This is Sabrina's Abra from the gym leader set. I have a lot of these gym leader cards, including lots of these Abras, and some other rare cards too. So Abra is our next Pokemon. Alright, so this next Pokemon is a dual type Pokemon. This is a grass and poison type. So, let's see. It has rudimentary hands and feet. It has beady red eyes and a small mouth. And its head and torso are a single joint segment. On its head is a massive red flower with 5 bulky petals and an orange-brown center. Its flower is said to have the largest petals in the world and is almost too heavy for the Pokemon to support itself. The rounded petals of the flower are red and covered with white spots. A female of this Pokemon has fewer but larger spots on its petals. Guys, this one is probably pretty easy. I'll give you a moment to lock it in the comments or write it down, whichever one you're doing, but this is Vileplume. This is the fully evolved form of Oddish, who is one of the more annoying Pokemon in Gen 1. I hated Oddish, and never really got a Vileplume. I don't think I ever used Vileplume. I don't even know if it's a good Pokemon to use, but, leaf, or grass types, I should say, not leaf types, are probably one of my more favorite types. It's definitely, I feel like it's more common in the beginning of the game, which allows you to have, if you catch an Oddish early on, you're going to have an Oddish to a Gloom to a Vileplume for the entire game if you want, So, Vileplume is that. And next up, we have, this one's a little bit difficult. I feel like this can be interesting to read about, because I don't know much about this Pokemon, so hopefully you guys know more than me. This is a ghost several small appendages and resembles a ruffled dress. It has several round red gems around its neck, which are used to absorb fear and use it as nourishment. Wow, that's actually very terrifying. When defeated, its body disappears, leaving only the gems around its neck behind. This implies that this Pokemon retreats into the gems when it has been severely weakened. It has a long, flowing, lilac-tipped hair. And this Pokemon's large red eyes have yellow pupils. Or no, not yellow pupils, but like it's sclerae. I guess it's instead of white in your eyes, are yellow. So this Pokemon lives in caves and is a nocturnal Pokemon. It spends its days sleeping in darkness and its nights startling people with mischievous tricks. Mischievous tricks, of course. Lock your answer in, guys, because this is mischievous. Mischievous. I hope I'm saying that right. Mischievous. Get a little bit closer with that. Again, this Pokemon I didn't really ever have in the games, mainly because it requires an item to a dusk stone to evolve, which, being so silly back in the day, probably never even really knew how to do that. So, yeah, never had very many Mistrevises, but this Pokemon was a thorn in my backside playing the games. So this is a dual type, ghost and flying. So this Pokemon has a large spherical, I just stuttered so hard, large spherical purple body with a lower quarter of its body being a lighter purple. The colors are separated by a repeated semicircle pattern all around its body. On the top of its head is a puffy white mass which closely resembles a cloud. In the center of its body is a large yellow X, and on either side, just above the X, are its small red eyes. On the lower portion of its body are four long, thin arms that diagonally in four different directions. That's definitely a typo. Its arms are tipped with yellow and have three short points each. The bottom of its body narrows into a short red extrusion that fans slightly outward. That was actually not too descriptive, so this Pokemon is strong enough to lift Pokemon or people, but has no control over its flight. This causes it to drift with the wind and end up anywhere. It can, however, inflate and deflate itself with gas to control its altitude. It is rarely active during the day, but usually gathers in groups during the evening. This Pokemon can be seen drifting silently during dusk. When noticed, the groups will suddenly vanish to unknown locations. This Pokemon preys on Clamperl. There have been songs or poems dedicated to this Pokemon due to people admiring its transient, melancholy aspect. This is probably a more difficult one. Guys, lock your answers in because this Pokemon is Driftblim, which is actually a reverse holo Driftblim from the Astral Radiance set. Driftblim was a pain in the butt in Diamond and Pearl, I believe. One of the gym leaders had one of these, and if you don't have the right Pokemon to counter it, it can be a massive, massive, massive pain. Yet another dual type. This is a bug and fighting type, which I actually did not know it was a fighting type. This is another bipedal insectoid Pokemon covered in a blue exoskeleton. There's a long, pronged horn on its forehead, with horn ends in a cross on males and a heart shaped on females. I actually did not know that. That is interesting. On either side of the horn is a short antenna with a spherical tip. wrists. While its thighs have a single spike each, it has 2 claws on its hands and a single long claw on each foot. There is a single pair of wings covered by elytra. What is this, Minecraft? Which can be seen during its release from a Pokeball in the 3D games. Its claws allow it to dig into ground for sturdy footing and also allow it to climb trees. Using its horn, it throws opponents or competitors for food. It can lift and throw objects 100 times its own weight. It uses its 2 antennae to search for food by scent. It lives in boreal, temperate, and tropical forests, where it feeds on tree sap. You guys know what it is? This one's actually kind of difficult. Maybe not, based off of the basic biology of the Pokemon. We're talking about Heracross. Heracross. This is a rare Pokemon in the video games, I think. Maybe not in the newer ones, I don't know, but Heracross is super strong. I feel like bug and fighting type is a very unique dual type to have, so Heracross. Next up, we have I think a pure water Pokemon here. This should be, oh, wait, whoa. Okay, never mind, it's a water and flying type. Had no idea. Interesting. Okay, so this is a large ray-like Pokemon. Its body is dark blue on the overside, and it has a large wing-like fins with a jagged outline on the front rim. Its head has 2 long protrusions resembling horns or antennae, and 2 black ring-shaped marks on its back. 2 pairs of gills are visible on its pinkish-gray underside, as well as a pair of beady eyes with a small mouth. Its overall body has a coarse texture. This Pokemon thrives in open seas, where it swims freely, often in schools where they race one another. It can breach out of the water and fly 300 feet into the air, and it builds up enough speed. If it builds up enough speed. In the past, it was often misidentified as a bird Pokemon by observers who saw this behavior. This Pokemon sometimes seen with its younger form, I believe. Maybe not. Actually, I don't know if they're related or not. Attached to the underside of one of its fins, scavenging for its leftovers and fighting together when it is attacked. It's docile in nature and does not mind the baby Pokemon clinging to its fin. That one was kind of probably a dead giveaway, and a matter of fact, you can see it in this Pokemon card. We're talking about Mantine. You can see the Remoraid. I hope I'm saying that right. Remoraid. Yeah, Remoraid. Under its fin, right there on the under its right fin, which is super cool. Super cool. Little like parasite Pokemon. And last but certainly not least, we have a rock type Pokemon. So, this Pokemon is a gray dinosaur-like Pokemon resembling, I'm not even going to try and pronounce this, resembling a specific Pokemon, or a specific dinosaur, excuse me. It has a hooked beak, red irises, and a hard blue dome-shaped head with 4 spikes on its back. It has stubby arms with 3 claws. Despite the stubbiness, it can attack with them. The back half of its body has a large spiky pattern of blue, and it has a short tail. It has feet with 3 forward claws and 1 backward. Its main attacking prowess involves charging headfirst into its opponents. When it lived in dense forests and jungles 100 million years ago, it would use headbutts to snap obstructing trees, down its prey, and combat other Pokemon like Aerodactyl. It notably lacks any intelligence. The end of smooth setup. And yeah, hope you guys like it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later.